Hey guys, welcome back to the Biz Show.
Welcome to the Beast Show. Please subscribe.
Tell them to click that bell,
Click that bell,
the notification.
the notification.
Thank you for tuning in. And if you're here, just know this video is gonna be a banger video because this is actually the #1 show in the world that is gonna be guiding you on ways you can become an international student in America and make your path very easy and successful. So for today, I'm gonna be telling you on the documents, or actually what you need to know before you go for the visa interview so that you can get your F-1 visa. So many people will actually make it seem like it's a hard thing to get a visa, but it's actually not as hard to get a visa if you have the proper documents. And some people who actually got the visa will try to scare other people who are just about to apply so that they can make it seem like they achieved a lot by just getting the visa. But today I'm gonna actually tell you it's easy to get a visa if you have the proper documents. So the first thing you need to have before you go to the visa interview, or I would expect you already have when you decide to become an international student, is a passport. And the passport has to be at least 6 months before it expires. And the second thing you need is an I-20. The form I-20 is a form that you're given by the school when they accept you and you've given all the proper documents they need. They give you the form I-20. And then the third thing you need to have is a form DS-160. So the form DS-160 is the form that you normally fill when you do the visa application, and is gonna have all your information about you. And the next thing you need to have is a receipt showing that you've paid for the visa application. And the other thing you need to have is 2 passport size photos. I believe they're supposed to be 2 inches by 2 inches. And then the next thing you need to have is the SEVIS, like a receipt showing you paid for the SEVIS. So the SEVIS stands for, I think, Student Exchange Information. So the SEVIS, actually, before you can actually get the I-20, you're supposed to apply for the SEVIS. I believe right now it costs about $350. The prices are up because when I did it about 5 years ago. It was $200, but currently it's almost double the price. And the SEVIS, as I said, you need to have the SEVIS before you actually get the I-20. So you're going to present the SEVIS information to the school, and then they're going to grant you the I-20. So those documents I just told you, those are the most critical documents you need. So when you present those to the consular officer, they're gonna interview you, and they're gonna tell you or evaluate you to see whether they can grant you the visa, whether they can approve you. So if you have those are basic. The rest of the documents you need, these are additional documents which they can support your case. So the other things you need are, like, you can have the bank statements. So the bank statements are normally, you get a copy of the statements which show the activity of the bank. Normally this is to show that you can prove financial stability. You can pay for your travel, your tuition, and just your accommodation cost. So the bank statements can be from your parent, can be from your relative, can be from a family friend. So you just need to show that the person who gave you the bank statements is the one who's going to be sponsoring you. So it depends with the school. Some schools may say you need a bank statement that is worth 30,000, like 30 grand. Like if it's a smaller school like a community college, sometimes I may say you need like 20 grand. So it just depends on the school. Some may even tell you 50 grand depending on the cost of attendance of that school. And the other thing you need to have is, I believe you need to have the affidavit of support. So the person who is actually sponsoring you needs to show letter affidavit, so show that they certify that they're gonna pay your school fees. And then also you need a letter from the bank. So the letter from the bank is gonna actually tell the consular officer that the bank gave a letter to show that this person actually owns an account with that bank. So it's just like proving that the person who is not just proving it's not a fake bank statement. And then the other thing you need to do now is you need to have the test scores. So you need to have show the SAT scores if you took the SAT. You might need the ACT scores. They might ask you for your transcript just to show you completed high school in Kenya. If you're a master student, they might ask you for your transcript for your undergraduate. And I believe those are on the part of academic test scores. That's the stuff you need. The other thing you need to do is to prove your intent of going back home. So this one, many people give different stories. Sometimes people say that you can show title deeds from your parents. I'm not very sure about that. For my case, when I applied for the visa, they didn't ask me to show any of that. And sometimes you may need to show, if you're a master student, you might tell them you have an offer letter for a company there, when you complete the studies, they're gonna come and hire you. So showing you have to come back home. So the goal is to show the consular officer that you have intent to go back home, because this is a non-immigrant visa. This is not an immigrant visa. So you have to show you have So intent. Hopefully, since you're watching this video, your visa is gonna be approved. And after your visa is approved, you can only come to the US 30 days before your program start date. So you can come here more than 30 days before your start date. And one more thing that I forgot to mention is that you're only allowed to go or schedule an appointment at the visa embassy only 120 days, maximum of 120 days before your program start date. And one thing you need to remember is that even if you got the visa or you are granted the visa, a visa doesn't actually guarantee you entry to the United States. A visa just shows that the consular officer reviewed your application and they determined that you're eligible to come to the United States. But after you actually get to the United States, you're going to pass through Customs and Border Protection, and that officer you're going to find there at the Customs and Border Protection, they're going to review your case again. And it's up to them to determine whether you're eligible to actually enter the United States. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll bring more videos. The next videos I'm going to be covering about scholarships, how you can get scholarships, and mostly I'm going to focus on master's student scholarship. Please subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. And thank you very much. Have a blessed week. Bye.